Welcome to the first training video for rentals. My name is Clayton, and I'll be walking you through our rental counter policies and explaining two principles in CDK: optimization and utilization. Before we get started, I wanted to mention our quick reference guide that's available on VetNet under Standard Operating Procedures for Rental. It's a quick glance format with some basic information, so check that out first. Okay, we all know rental can be fast-paced when customers need equipment, but it's important to know who's renting, how they're paying, and if they meet our insurance requirements. The customer portal allows you to confirm information that we have on file and update any necessary fields, like address, phone number, email, etc. All you need to do is go ahead and find that customer. For example, I have my customer number here. If you don't have your customer number, simply click on that magnifying glass to go ahead and search for it. In order to edit customer information, go ahead and click on that Update View Profile. Dependent upon your security settings, you may have different views of this. This first screen is their main customer profile information. You also have your AR agency section, which will have the method of payments that they have available to them. For example, C is credit card, G is rental receivable. And you also have, right over here, your rental and service tab. If they have any insurance information added to their profile, it'll show up right in there. Portal also shows us, in the upper right-hand corner, the customer's total receivables, or how much they owe, AR agency default or payment type, and if they have an approved credit application with established credit limits. Division 1 requires an application on file with the credit department. So how do you know if they have one? With those little letters and numbers right there, the G-AR with a $1 credit limit means an application is on file, and that's good. A 1-AR with any limit means an application is on file and the customer has an established credit limit. That's even better. If it's blank or any other default, you'll need to obtain proper paperwork prior to renting. Division 2 does not require a credit application, but will still require insurance. Both sides require payment upfront, and if not obtained, immediately review with your manager and the credit manager. So what about our insurance requirements? Well, in Division 1, if rented equipment value is under $100,000, no general liability policy is required. A physical damage policy is required, and a loss damage waiver may be purchased if available. In Division 2, no liability policy is required. A physical damage policy is required, or a loss damage waiver will be charged. Upcoming videos in this series will show you where insurance information needs to be placed and how to control whether a damage waiver is charged. But for now, let's go ahead and switch gears and discuss some rental principles in CDK.
The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and learn about optimization, or it's a concept that allows their invoicing to actually happen automatically. So you may go ahead and wonder, how does it actually work? To understand, let's go ahead and start out by checking out a calendar. So we're going to start out with a simple rental contract, or an example of a rental contract. Our first billing is going to be on the first day, and we're just going to assume that this one right here is going to be on Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and actually make this one yellow to show that this one right here is a billing day. This first day is always pre-billed. We always bill this one immediately, so the customer takes the machine and we go ahead and bill it. Right. So what happens next is this is now we're just going off the assumption that this is going to be a daily rental. If it was a weekly, it'd be a little bit different, but much of the same concept. CDK functions based off of a 3-day delay, which prevents our daily invoicing from actually invoicing and sending out to customers until the system decides it's time to optimize. So with a 3-day delay, we have our invoice here on the first day, we have our second day, we have our third day, and in between the third and the fourth day, right here, we will actually get another invoice. This one right here will be an optimization. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that one as blue. And this optimization actually invoices as well as optimizes. So our normal thought process of how a rental invoice would work is you'd have a day invoice, another day invoice. So that's 1, 2, 3 day invoices so far. On this day right here, on this fourth night, these 3 invoices would be credited back and then rebuild via a week, because 3 days is equal to 1 week in the CDK scheme of things. 3 days is equal to 1 week. 3 weeks is equal to 1 month. So after this 1 week right here will cover all of this whole entire week, including and up to the 8th. Right? As soon as we get to the 9th, one would expect another bill, except since we are on the 3-day delay, we're going to delay the Monday, the Tuesday, and then that Wednesday on the end of it, that night, we'll go ahead and get another one, which this one right here is just going to be a regular 1 week rental. Right? So at this point, your customer will have actually received 1 invoice, 2 invoices, 3 invoices. Okay. This next week will of course cover the whole entire period up to, let's say, the 15th right there. And after this rental period is over, on this first day right here, since we already have our 2 weeks billed, and this one right here will be an optimization invoice. It will not do our delay and bill it on Thursday. It'll actually bill it on the Monday because it is an optimization invoice. So what this optimization invoice, let me go ahead and mark that one with the correct color. What this optimization invoice is going to do is actually going to credit back the previous 2 weeks that have been billed and go ahead and bill out a 1 month period. So this 1 month period will actually cover everything from the 2nd, there it is, down there to the 29th. All of those days will be covered. You may wonder why would we not stop this one on the 31st? Why is it only 28 days instead of 31? That's because we function on a 28-day billing month. This creates 4 equal weeks, because 28, of course, divided by 4 is equal to 7. That never changes, fortunately. And that adds up to approximately 13 months in a year, which is something to go ahead and keep in mind. If you bill something out for a year and then you have 13 invoices, that's correct. It's supposed to do that. All right, so we'll go ahead and show a real example of optimization working with invoices right here. So here we are in going to go ahead and show a real example of optimization. This is going to actually have our invoices and everything. So if we look at right here, we have our actual rental invoice. Notice this rental invoice was done on the 10th, right up there. That is our date for this rental invoice. This rental invoice covers from 12/10 all the way over to 12/16. So let's go ahead and mark that out. So again, our invoice date is on 12/10, and it shows from the 10th through the 16th. Okay, so our 12/10, 10 is going to be our yellow day, all the way through to the 16th. Those ones right there, I'm going to go ahead and mark those ones as light gray. So right here, we would think the next one is going to be from 12/17 to 12/23. Let's go ahead and check it out. There we are, 12/17 to 12/23. Now our invoice day, this is because of our 3-day delay. Our invoice day is going to be the 20th, which will be 3 days into this rental contract. So let's go back. Let's go ahead and select all these. Again, I'm going to make those ones light gray. And the 20th, I'm going to go ahead and make that one the yellow. So let's go ahead and look at our third invoice. This one right here, since this is a optimization invoice, this one goes from 12/24 is our invoice date, and it'll actually cover the whole entire 28-day month. It'll cover from the 10th to the 6th. So let's go ahead and show that. The 10th right up there, that's our original one. All the way down. So let's go ahead and mark all these ones right here. All the way over to the 6th is the end of period for this one. And we will mark that in our gray. All right, so this one right here is on the There it is. It's on the 24th. And notice what this one actually does. This one actually optimizes. This one optimizes our 2 weeks, credits those 2 weeks that are previously billed, 1 week, 2 week, and goes ahead and bills out the whole entire month. Keep in mind our months are 28-day months. This is because 28 days divided by 4 is our 7 days. So we have 4 periods of 7 days in each month. That never changes, unlike the months, which are 30, 31, and sometimes 28 days. We do this. We also have a capability of 13 months within a year. So if you ever have a rental that goes for a whole entire year, it may actually have more days than more invoices than what you're thinking of. So I'm going to go ahead and make my 24th because that's the day it billed. Notice it doesn't have the 3-day delay on this one because it's an optimization day. Whenever you have an optimization invoice or an optimization day, it does not do the 3-day delay. So I'm going to make this one my blue just to go ahead and show that this one right here is the blue one that we have, is our optimization one. And there we are. So switching gears a bit, let's go ahead and talk briefly about another concept, is utilization, which utilization is how often a unit is rented out and the money that we earn from actually renting out this unit. Management goes ahead and uses this information to measure how well our rental fleet is working, which in turn helps us make decisions like when to add units, when to sell units, and things like that. So let's go ahead and take a quick glance in the system. This one's going to start out. We're going to go to our product support. We're going to go to rental, and we're going to go over here to supervisor. Okay. Once we are in supervisor, we're going to go ahead right over here to this utilization tab. You click in there, and this one right here, I'm actually going to go ahead and change the dates. I found a good date range to actually use. And this one will be December 1st, 2019 to current. You're going to hit go, and this right here will take a while because it does look at all the units and it does actually load a whole bunch of data. So to most of us, this is just a bunch of numbers on a page, but in a simple example, this one shows out of 31 days, right here, this top one shows 31 days that this unit could have been rented out. It was rented out for 29 days. It gives us a 93.54 day utilization. There's our potential dollar amount it could have brought in, and there is our actual dollar amount that we brought in. Now, looking around, if you see some of these, like with these zeros or other numbers in here, does that mean that we are not using those units? Not entirely true.
In conclusion, it is important that we allow optimization to drive utilization. The daily practices over the rental counter directly impact these two key rental concepts. In this video series, we will be teaching proper procedures designed to support our rental business through growth. We do not want to waste valuable time and effort trying to manually invoice time periods, catch up billings, credit back past errors, determine if attachments were included or not, clean up contracts held and not closed. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and we hope that you picked up some valuable information. Please continue to watch the rest of the videos in this series, including 102, Reserve, 103, Rent, 104, Return, 105, Credit, and 106, Manage.